Welcome everyone to a fun little game we got here between T90Official and Draken. And T90 jumped on to play some ladder games and was apparently just talking about Draken. And what we missed also, he had said before that, T90 said, "Hi, good luck." So Draken, good luck back to him. T90's generally pretty nice, pretty chatty player. I think some people can be triggered by that. I think I might be triggered by that when somebody's nice and chatty. Nice and chatty. Draken, you were discussing who will win Platinum. That's from Titans League. And if you don't know, Titans League is pretty epic. T90 Titans League is pretty awesome. Just saying. All right, we got. What do we got for this map? We got a mega random. Draken just claiming the crowns to Draken. Definitely leaning into this chat. Trying to talk about the map here, but we got T90 playing as the Malay, and this looks like a random Civ matchup. Up against Draken playing as the Goths. So this ought to be interesting. And it's a bit like how I saw with the two pawns in the middle, but there's a tiny little channel between them. The pawns are pretty large, taking up a lot of the map, making this a pretty defensible map. There's golds all over the place, so don't be looking for that to run out. And it looks like to me, you know what the dream would be for me? I don't think this is going to happen. But Malay get Karambit Warriors, right? Goths get Huskarls. What if we got Karambit spam versus Huskarl spam? That would be fun. But I don't think we're getting there. Anyway, definitely a water map. T90 dropping a dock. Draken not quite there yet. He's got his 4 on Lumber Camp. T90 with 5. As he says, you want to drop 5, then send a villager out to the dock. Pushing in deer. Playing this pretty defensively. Draken headed out to the dock. The same thing. They each are going to be on their own little pond. Now, no shorefish here for T90, which is very unfortunate, but sort of the same thing here for Draken. T90 is going to look for some shorefish, so he will find those, and Draken going to find the shorefish as well. Pretty quickly, T90 having to walk quite a while for these shorefish. A little unfortunate on that map, but it is what it is. And having to drop that dock a little bit away from the shorefish as well. Again, a little unfortunate. These tiny little things, they add up, but they're not what decides games. If your games are decided by that, you must be a pretty impeccable player. Now, something I like to always do when you're out here with an exposed villager is wall up the area between your villager, dock, and the shorefish. Because these scouts can run out in Dark Age and snipe off this shorefish villager. Doesn't look like either player is doing that. Both players are just counting on the fact that their opponent won't do so. Won't find it. Won't kill that villager if they do. Or they'll be able to quick wall in time. I don't know. Anyway, this dock did turn out to be pretty nice for this first fish. I would have loved this dock if there was a shorefish here, because it would have been pretty nice for that first fish, and also very nice for these two. This one's nice for this one and this one, but then these two get a little farther away. Over here for Draken, one nice fish as well, and then really not a whole lot in this bottomless pit looking water. It's cool, you can kind of see it's shallow, and then it kind of slopes down, and then it just drops off into the depths. You know, you can see that. Pretty cool scripting. And Draken looking around hunting for this villager, I would say. So T90's better be on the ball with this. Let's see what happens. Okay, T90 brings his scout back. Gonna be safe here, as his scout has arrived and left. I think he wants Draken to engage that and then come in and take the fight with the scout. But that's not what's gonna happen. Now, did you see that? Let's go back. Here, let's go back. This is a weird bug that happens sometimes. Okay, let's see. Did T90 Scout swing? Okay, never mind, no bug. T90 Scout did not swing there at all. Draken out here taking the deer T90 not doing so. Not doing so. Heading out for more wood, and this is what interests me. I always hear people ask T90, what's the build for water? He always said, oh, just go 5 on wood and then make fishing ships. But then what do you do with the rest of your villagers? You got all these villagers. What are you doing with them? Well, you go to feudal age at 22 villagers, 4 fishing ships, so 26 pop. Nicely done, and Draken not there yet. So, if you're T90, Draken has dropped a mill, and I don't mind that. After you get the dock and the fishing ships up, you can see Draken has a lot of fishing ships up. T90 docking Draken's pond, though, so this is going to be an aggressive water play for T90. Going to try to take control of the map with the water, and this map with so much water on the map is probably going to be pretty dominated by the water play. T90's hit feudal age. Draken hasn't even clicked. That's a little bit sketchy. A fire galley coming out for T90. So Draken's going to be hurting a bit here. T90 is going to have to figure something out for some more food here before long. And it's going to be berries, so it's nice. Another dock on Draken's pond. T90 taking control of the water. Draken, competitive in the score with better scouting, I would assume. Yeah, T90 stayed pretty close to these shorelines, whereas Draken has scouted a bit more. But the fire ship is out, and that's... Oh, wow, T90 immediately switching into fishing ships, realizes he's so far ahead that he's just switching into fishing ships on this pond as well. Not wanting to oversaturate this pond, looks like T90, but he is dropping another dock. Keep that fishing nice and efficient. A fire ship's beginning to go, or fishing ship's beginning to go down for Draken. As T90 takes control, and also... slowing down this barracks placement is T90. Just harassment on these villagers. You can't stop that, but you can slow it down just a little bit. And Draken, he's got to be pretty desperate here. If he wants to maintain control of this pond, he's going to need to drop like 3 docks and get production rolling immediately, but I don't know that that's going to be the case. And I wouldn't want to give up this pond because this is... gives up this area of your base. It's such a tight area of your base. And Draken, nope, he's going into scouts. Gonna try to raid T90, and T90 taking full control of both pawns, and that seems like a pretty big deal. Yeah, I don't really know what Draken's game plan is other than he's going for scouts. No scouts coming out just yet, though. And his... oh, castle age. Alright. Alright, makes sense. Just fast castled off of this. And it's not going to be scouts, then it's going to be knights, I guess. T90 is going to have to... he's going to have to get ready for some land fighting. Now let's see what he's doing to that end. Dropping the blacksmith. Hasn't dropped a barracks just yet. Is on the way to Castle Leech himself, but no barracks, no walls. Has about a minute and a half probably to do so before that first knight could arrive. So I think he'll be alright. Oh, there's 2 sets of berries. Just now noticed that. And with Castle Age, Draken could actually retake water control pretty easily, dropping a couple docks, and the Castle Age upgrades. Draken could also sneak over here, take this dock back. And we got a scout, little scout fight. T90 scout's a little weak, runs to the TC, but there's no villagers by the TC. T90 had to pull villagers from the gold mine. 7 seconds, Draken will be in the Castle Age. T90 still without a barracks. Oh no, there is a barracks. Alright. and immediately drops a monastery. So it's going to be monk defense. He's scouted out the stable, so he knows it's knights. So it's just going to be monk defense from T90. And I was wondering if we'd see Clown 90 make an appearance, but I think we are. Our Goths player heading into an awful lot of town centers. 3 town centers immediately. 2 additional ones dropped for Draken. And yep, that commitment of not going back on water. Which at this point, he's right, it's not worth it. There's only about 300 food left on this pond, and we're 50, 550, 75, about 580 or 90 food. Here comes the first knights, but the monks are on the way. And this knight's going to get in here. Definitely going to get a villager kill, I would say. Well, not definitely. Well, okay, yes, definitely. The knight gets a vill kill, but then is forced away by the monk. And this is, yeah, T90 just going full clown mode here. And Draken immediately dropping his own monastery. Clown Legion, that's what CL. So Draken knows how the clowning goes. And he's dropping himself. He deletes his knights, doesn't want to lose them. He's dropping himself a monastery and says, you want to go clown? I am the clown. So we shall see how this plays out. With the eco count, T90 is still ahead, but most of that is fishing ships. If you look at the actual villager number, 35 to 42, these fishing ships are still working, still operative, but they're going to get less efficient. Now, why is T90 has not seen these 2 deep fish? That's kind of bad, actually. You should definitely scout those 2 deep fish. Knight out here, looking for another vill kill, gets it, runs away and escapes. So no conversions. Where are conversions? Okay, no conversions yet that yeah, no conversions yet. No knights on T90's side. And the eco Draken catching up quickly, and T90 dropping fish traps when he has 2 deep fish left. Scout your ponds, guys. Be aware. T90, since he's got the monks gathering up the relics, now dropping a stable for some Malay, who knows what. I would love to see Malay Elephant Rush, but you know, not expecting any such sort of thing. And yeah, just taking the shore fish and not bothering with these 2 deep fish because he can't see them is T90. Draken also gathering up some relics, so it's not going to be all one-sided for T90. He's got 2 relics, and he's going to be looking at taking this 3rd one, but going to have trouble doing so, in my opinion. So I think it's actually going to be 3 to 2. Well, T90 gets a monk snipe there, but I think it's actually, oh, it's got 2, 4 to 3. Okay. I don't know what that was about. Seems like T90's having a bit of an internet issue as he's dropping now his 3rd town center. And the score lead's pretty massive, but that's really just because of water, which isn't worth as much now. But T90 is going to be switching into galleys. And this is pretty smart. This scout might get converted. It does. You can see that's a long time. Now Draken taking these relics. So it is going to be 4 relics to 3. Pretty even on the relic front. But here come T90's monks. What's he going to do here? Don't know what monk upgrades he has, but he's just out here with monks. Some scouts would be a real problem in Draken. He's a clown. He knows. He's building scouts. Some galleys. These got to be upgraded, T90. Just upgrade them to war galleys. Building galleys, not upgrading them to war galleys. Hey, he's building another dock. That will allow him to see these deep fish. That's nice. And I think you would honestly, you'd want, and he loses a monk to a knight. think you'd want spearmen with your monks, wouldn't you? Something with your monks. And T90. Now he sees the deep fish, because these Malay docks are outposts, man. Very cool Malay bonus. And he's converting house. So T90 is going to be converting the buildings of Draken now. Has redemption. He's going redemption and monks. And the spearmen added in. Nice. Light cav upgrade on the way, though. So, T90 dropping a 1 villager castle. With no villagers on the way to that. So, ooh, but Draken, he's going to be slipping his way over here to drop a siege workshop. This ought to be interesting as Draken runs into this castle area with the monks of T90 hanging out here. A knight is there getting a little raid in. T90 has converted the blacksmith of Draken. That's a building Draken's gonna want to get back. But over here, T90 needs to get this house built. He does so. Realizes what's going on over here and has to have a monk at home. Doesn't really have one. And doesn't seem to have noticed these villagers. Will he now? Draken, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice the 1 villager castle coming up slowly by T90 in the middle of the map. Oh, now T90's noticed them. He's following these villagers in. Gonna see what they're doing. And these are still galleys. Like, why aren't they war galleys? And why aren't they shooting? Don't know why T90 is not getting the war galley upgrade. This seems like a helpful upgrade. Monk getting sniped off there by the scout cavalry. The light cav, actually. That looked like a scout cav. I'm not sure why. T90 now sees what's going on over here. And I think he's probably going to bring some monks over and try to convert that. Sorry. Had to do a little coughing. Yes. A little sniffling. T90 got an important spam call. That's funny. MegaRandom coming in completely unprotected by Draken. So Draken clowning it up. Gonna be going... I don't know what he's going to be going into, but he's going into eco and castles. And the ecos are pretty even, with Draken actually having quite a nice villager lead. Both players on the way to the Imperial Age. Both players dropping castles around the map. And Draken going to be trying to put a town center up here. And there's a lot of spearmen there for T90. They might be a little annoying to these villagers. We'll see. I think that town center goes up, though, unless something other than spearmen are brought out. Yep, exactly. Draken just quick walling some villagers in. And getting that TC up. Like I said, there's tons of gold on this map. So I want to see what Draken's going for. And man-at-arms coming out, so I think it's going to be infantry spam. Whereas T90, hey, we might see... I think we're going to see Forced Levy longswords. Come on, just give us karambits. Give us karambits. Come on. Forced Levy longswords versus super cheap champions. And like I said, there's plenty of gold on this map. So as long as you don't get completely sandwiched in your base, you're going to have gold. Lots of gold now. T90 has, as I say that, taken good control of a lot of that gold. And Draken, trying to lock down this area of his base, has this area back here just as an annoyance factor for T90. Something for T90 to pay a little attention to. But T90 taking 70% of the map. And has a blacksmith there in Draken's town. And both players just... booming it up, playing pretty clown-like, and T90 just not going war galley. There it is, two-handed swordsman coming in, long swordsman coming in, so it is going to be Forced Levy longswords versus Goth champions. And that's a lot of spearmen. That's a lot of units to not upgrade to pikemen. There'd be no point in upgrading them to pikemen, but that's a lot of them nonetheless. And I think they know what each other are doing. And Trebuchet out for T90, but no military to speak of just yet. And this Goth spam is going to be starting before long here. And indeed, it has started. It has started as well for T90, but I don't know where the militaries are. Oh, there's a Karambit. Why not more Karambits, T90? Give us the Karambits. We want Karambits. Here's the army for T90, cleaning up this area down here. Over here, T90's not going to be getting that wall up. He realizes that. Huskarl coming out here just to take down that outpost. But I think this is going to be the area where the fighting happens. T90 needs to hold this, these golds, and that would be a massive play. However, Draken taking expansion of this side of the map, it's not going to do it though because there's no golds there. The golds are here. And something about longswords, two-handed swordsmen, they're not worried about town centers. They eat TCs for breakfast, lunch, and supper. Champions are out. And on the other side, it's about to be two-handed swordsman. And Draken hasn't even bothered to garrison this TC. I doubt he noticed. Busy with other things, busy trying to quick wall these villagers in, unable to complete the quick walls. But I think this castle goes up at 75%. It's going to be awkward. More villagers pulled. And 85% with more villagers coming in. It's a little bit awkward, and these houses are now in the way. Only 3 villagers there, 88. It's not going up at the moment. I think some military is going to be needed to get that up at 92%. And a Treb is already out, and T90 has the military control down there. T90 is pop capped, and Draken only at 145 pop. I think this is looking pretty dire for Draken, honestly. This one lone Karambit warrior running around swinging his dual swords. This is going down for Draken. Lots of champions, though, going to be coming out on this right side, so it's going to be a battle. I'm hoping Draken deleted that. Even that high of a percentage, you still want to delete it. It's going to be an interesting battle as Draken and T90 fight on each side now, and more villagers come streaming out to place a castle there. There's not enough stone, Draken. I think he sent those villagers to finish the castle, but the castle's already gone. T90 just waltzing into the back of Draken's base, leaving the Trebs fairly unprotected to the Perfusion Champion spam. But T90 still at 200 pop capped, and Draken only at 150. That's not the Goth's play. The Goth's play is to have more pop. They can get up to 210. Finally, War Galley comes in, by the way. These two Trebs trying to snipe off T90's Trebs, unable to do so, but the champions are out on T90's Trebs. I think at least one of them goes down. The castle, I think, stays up, and both Trebs are going to go down. The castle's going to stay up on the left, but on the right-hand side, the castle is up as well, and the champions, there's a lot of champions. Oh, T90. He's definitely clowning it up right now. Let's see it. Boom. 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 What a play. What a play. Oh, man. I wish I had the KD stats for that. Hold on. We're going to go back. We're going to see. Let's see what the KD stats are. There. Okay. Let's go back. Pause. Let's look. KD 119 to 90. Play forward. 145. So about 25 kills there. Something like 25 kills there. As the fighting continues on the left, T90 looks like has a small advantage on the left, but on the right, Draken definitely with the lead. However, no sieges out here yet, so Draken's going to have trouble getting through. Both players spamming out units. Draken, his population still desperately low at only 120. T90 continuing to be here at 200. And let's look at the stats on these bad boys. 12 plus 4 versus 13 plus 2, and GG's called. Okay, GG called. Draken just unable to get his population up. I don't know exactly what happened. Just unable to get his population up. Died before that. And T90 167 to 114 kills, 10 to 4 building, and the big number 71 to 64 army high. Economy, T90 collected 12,000 more resources. And technology, you can see just a pretty boomy, pretty slow game. Society stats though, Draken did end up with more villagers. Don't know what happened to them. 8 p.m. Draken just a little bit faster, essentially the same speed for these players. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, drop a subscribe on the channel if you haven't yet, if you want to see more videos like this. If not, drop a dislike. We'll see you in the next one.